Ja, schönen guten Vormittag nach Österreich. Herzlich willkommen bei unserem Webinar The Future of Space Tech in India. Mein Name ist Hans Nagel und ich bin seit 4 Jahren Wirtschaftsdelegierter in New Delhi. Ich freue mich, dass Sie da heute dabei sind. Wir haben heute über 100 Anmeldungen für diesen Webinar. Vielleicht noch einleitend zur Erklärung. Die Außenwirtschaft Austria hat, wie Sie vielleicht wissen, über 100 Büros weltweit. Und in diesen 100 Büros gibt es lediglich 13 sogenannte Tech- oder Innovationsbeauftragte. Einen davon haben wir hier in New Delhi, Herrn Ajay Singh. Und hier am Außenwirtschaftszentrum New Delhi haben wir uns entschlossen, eine Webinar-Serie zu organisieren mit dem Titel The Future of. Und also im Prinzip alle 2 Monate organisieren Webinar. Heute, wie gesagt, zum Thema Space Tech, ein sehr spannendes Gebiet. Die Weltraumwirtschaft, Space Tech in Indien, hat enorme Fortschritte in den letzten Jahren inne gemacht. Es entwickelt sich zu einem der wichtigen Sektoren in Indien. Das hat mehrere Gründe. Einmal hat in den letzten Jahren eine Privatisierung stattgefunden. Wie Sie vielleicht wissen, die Hauptbehörde, die indische Weltraumbehörde ISO mit Sitz in Bangalore. Daneben gibt es eben private Anbieter, das heißt, es gibt öffentliche Stellen und auch private Player in diesem Bereich. Was auch sehr spannend ist, dass er hier ein Startup-Ökosystem entwickelt hat. Es gibt bereits über 200 Startups oder man muss sagen Scale-Ups, die im Bereich Weltraumwirtschaft tätig sind. Ein weiterer Treiber, weiterer Erfolg für diese Entwicklung ist die Make in India Policy, dass man immer mehr auch im Weltraumbereich, Weltraumwirtschaft in Indien produziert. Und natürlich ein sehr starkes Argument für die Weltraumwirtschaft in Indien sind die relativ niedrigen Kosten und dass auch andere Länder dazu veranlasst, mit Indien, mit der Weltraumbehörde ISO zu kooperieren. Es hat bereits 3 österreichische Satelliten gegeben, die von der ISO in die Welt gefördert wurden, vor allem in erster Linie im wissenschaftlichen Bereich, im universitären Bereich, die sehr erfolgreich betrieben werden. Und es bietet natürlich dieser Weltraumsektor, diese spannende Entwicklung mit sehr hohen Wachstumsraten, bietet auch Möglichkeiten für die österreichische Privatwirtschaft, für die österreichischen Unternehmen in diesem Bereich. Und wir sind ihnen da sehr behilflich und stellen Kontakt her. And now we switch to English. I'm very glad that we today have very prominent speakers. You see on the map also our main office in New Delhi, and we have an office in Mumbai. We're going to open up a new office in Bangalore mid of December. And from here, from New Delhi, we're responsible, besides India, also for Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and Maldives. And we have over 800 Austrian companies which are regularly doing business in India, and over 160 Austrian subsidiaries established here. And now I would like to thank our prominent top speakers in the space sector. I would like to thank you that you share your time, but also your deep knowledge. And now I hand over to our tech officer, Mr. Ajay Singh, who guides us through the program. Thank you much.
Thank you, sir. And good morning for the audience in Austria, and good afternoon to the ones joining from India and rest of the world. Thank you very much for joining our webinar on the topic, the future of space tech in India. Today, we will discuss how government, industry, and startups are building the future of space tech, just not in India, but on the planet. With our esteemed speakers from India, such as Dr. Vinod Kumar, Mr. Anil Prakash, Dr. Jay Kumar, and also Mr. Ashwin. And now, without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Vinod Kumar, Director Promotion at Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center in Space, Department of Space, to deliver his keynote. Over to you, Dr. Kumar.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. And sabhi ko mera hardik namaste. Good morning and good afternoon to all. So first of all, let me compliment the team, those who are responsible for this unique webinar on what is happening in the space sector in India. Can you please start putting my presentation, the future of space tech in India? I'm not able to see the screen. Yeah. So we are.
Future of space tech is the webinar name. Aapka topic.
Yeah, it is coming. So I'm thanking all the Austrian embassy friends, SIA-India, in-space people for organizing such a nice gathering of the people on this very apt topic. So friends, as you know, that India has a very humble beginning in 1963, and we had in 2022, we had a very macro vehicle. You can see that LVM-3 carrying 36 satellite, and it's a very heavyweight vehicle, which can take up to 6 to 8,000 to the low Earth orbit. That's the way we have progressed during this 5-6 decades. Next slide. And we have seen that how we are known for developing the frugal technologies to the state-of-art facilities. Next slide. When you see such a development is happening real in the space sector, where we started with a 40-watt satellite, 360 kg Aryabhata satellite, to the 27-meter length GSAT-11 with around 14,000 watt. That's the kind of progress India has done and built the state-of-art systems for the space sector. Next slide. If you see, if I divide the space, now you see that ISRO had developed all verticals of space sector. What we have done this till 2020, we know we have landed on the moon already, South Pole, first time in the world in the South Pole. We have each vertically developed by ISRO. Then there is a need to do more, to take the space technology for the benefit of the common man. So if I divide India, this space sector, how it was its beginning. India has contributed in a very big way in astronomical observations. In 500 AD itself, Aryabhata has told that Earth is not the center of universe, it is the sun. And he has given the planetary motions, value of pi, etc. So contribution of India is very phenomenal since 500 AD itself. Then space to star, where race to space began, where spacefaring nations engaging in space race. The outcome was the Apollo moon landing. That is the outcome. Then they thought it's a very costly business, so let us collaborate. Then collaboration began. The outcome was a very unique International Space Station in 1998. Then there was a paradigm shift that used the private player to commercialize and participate for innovation. Then it started the emergence of private companies worldwide. India was, till then, it started around 2000 in other countries. Next slide. So India was not lagging behind. It was in 2020 when Indian government decided to open the space sector participation in end-to-end activities. Why it was envisaged? Because we are known for developing frugal technologies. We have reliable and affordable launch services. Our human capital talent pipeline is very strong. We are known for developing the indigenous technologies. And InSpace is a facilitator and enabler for private sector by Government of India. So next slide. When I go back slightly, so after forming of InSpace, what we did? So as you know, the requirement of InSpace is felt in 2020 where InSpace is formed. And what all we did post formation in 2020 is that we announced the Indian space policy, where role of each actor was identified and clearly specified. In this 13-page document, we have clearly specified the role of Indian Space Research Organization, New Space India Limited, the commercial wing of ISRO, the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, and our new friends from private companies. Each and every role was identified. Then we revised the foreign direct investment guideline. This is very lucrative. I will touch upon this in the next slide. And we have a space activities bill which is being put up to the cabinet for final thing. So this is the overall structure. I did not say that there are around over a dozen organizations which are expert in space sector, led by ISRO, where Department of Space Secretary is the chairman ISRO and is a Space Commission chairman. It's like a kind of driver, accelerator, brake, clutch, everything is in his hand. Earlier, where as a Space Commission, he will devise the policies, implement as a chairman ISRO, and as a Department of Space Secretary, regulate them. Then came the InSpace. I have told we are an autonomous body and dotted line shows that it is a VR autonomous body reporting to the Prime Minister directly. Next slide. So if you see, this is our small structure where chairman in space is Dr. Pawan Goenka. We have three directorate, which promotion director is headed by me at Bangalore, program management authorization director and technical directorate, and legal and administration wing are at our headquarters at Ahmedabad. Chairman in space is advised by InSpace board. Next slide. So what was the vision? What InSpace does? As the name suggests, we enable the private companies to carry out end-to-end activities. We address promotion, we authorize them, we enable them, we supervise them. We also act as a single window agency. Our board consists of members from Department of Space, academia and industry. A unique combination of all the stakeholders is there. As you know, friends, New Space India Limited is a central public sector enterprise which is for commercialization of space. ISRO develop technologies and services. ISRO will continue to do advanced space technology and programs and capacity building. Next slide, please. I was telling that FDI is revised. Friends, you know, before 2024, the foreign direct investment policy in India was only through administrative route. It has to be go through department that will clear. Now, if you see, it is totally overwhelmingly revamped. Means satellite manufacturing, there is a 74% automatic route investment is permitted. Automatic means directly you have to tell RBI and InSpace and start working the next day onwards. So that is the meaning of automatic. And beyond 74% is also possible, provided there is some access to advanced technology or other regions that are recorded. Launch vehicle strategic region has been capped as automatic route 49%, but cap is 100%. You can see in subsystem manufacturing, the cap in automatic route is 100%. Next slide. So you see, it's very lucrative for policy, and we have seen the impact of this. Now, Indian space policy, as I have told earlier, ISRO will continue to do R&D and technology development, infrastructure development, carry out international interplanetary scientific missions, etc. InSpace is a space regulator. I have told all these things. New Space India Limited is a commercial wing of ISRO. They can lease or procure space component, technology platform from industry, etc. And new government entities, which are our friends, they are very new to the system. They can do anything under the sun in the space sector. We building rockets, satellite, delivering commercial services, launching, owning, and operating space assets, including the ground segment, Earth observation, data acquisition, and dissemination. Anything they can do. Next slide, please. And if you see, these four wheels of InSpace are like promoter. We have developed the decadal vision and strategy for Indian space sector for the first time in the nation, where we aspire to acquire around 8 to 10% of global space economy and become around $44 billion from around $2.5 billion. Then we have industry outreach. We have various consultation with the friends in industry. We engage with academia. We have developed the course for academic institutions to adopt them. And I'm very happy to that over a dozen institutions and universities already adopted those courses. And we are doing very good. Same number of people, over a dozen, are in touch with us to start this initiative. We have designed the previous slide only, please. We have designed the many competitions for the student. We are very happy to tell that we have seen 37 launches in 3-4 days from the student developed rockets and CAN-size satellite. We have international outreach. We are a single window agency. We enable access to ISRO facilities. We authorize that I have. The best thing is we have a pool of experts at our role. What they do, they are available for consultation for private companies at any time from the ease of their house or home. Next slide, please. Yeah, so these are the certain things. We have around over 100 technology we have transferred from ISRO to private companies. We are developing the space manufacturing clusters. 3 states we have already signed MOU. We have a state-of-art design lab with a co-working space where they can carry out their design testing, and then they can send it to directly to launch point after integration. We have a 500 crore, around $63 million, Ganesh. $63 million of technology adoption fund. We have a venture capital fund around $120 million. We have a seed fund scheme around $100,000 million. Then we have given EO constellation of 12 satellite making to a private consortium led by Pixel. We have SSLV technology transferred to the HAL. Next slide. If you see international outreach wise, we have B2B Connect, B2G Connect. We carry the delegation to foreign countries where we carry out meetings and facilitate the participation in trade. So we demonstrate their capabilities. We give them support in displaying their capabilities and have an international connect. This has come out well. We have over 100 connections in a short span with around 40-45 countries already. Next slide. Then if you say we are receiving the delegations, recently we have a delegation, they visited India, Sweden Space Day. 7 space days we have completed, 3 are virtual, some are in person. They are very useful tools to connect international companies, like-minded companies. And this has come out as a very good, unique outcome of the space sector collaboration, virtually as well as in person. Next slide, please. If you see, this is our ecosystem. You see launch vehicle, we have Agnikul, Skyroot, satellite systems, we have companies, ground system, we have, you name the sphere of space sector, we have the company. Space data application also, we have a couple of companies like SATS, Vasundhara, etc. Arms for AI. So we have around 370 startup already in the space sector. They are working, they are launching their satellite, they are making launch vehicles, they are 3D printing rockets for the first time, and they have tested up to 35 kilometers. We have a very good deployers. Digantra has a Scott satellite launched recently. Pixel constellation is being, Hex 20 is working good. Next slide, please. So if you see, these things are developing, but we need to develop their capacity also. In the capacity building, in space is recognized at awarding and assessing body status. We have designed 11 courses for the private companies. Roughly every month we will have one course on each vertical of the space sector. Like we have use of space technology in agriculture sector, space data product and services. We have a course on NAVCOM and SATCOM. We have a course on making of manufacturing of a satellite. I'm very happy to tell all these courses are going in full throttle. Class become full within no time. The next course is from 16th of November. It is also full in a no time, and we are conducting it in a big way. So 14th course in less than a year, we have done it. We have received over 658 applications in each sector. You see, our companies are working in each sector. 104 MOE we have signed, 104 authorization we have gone for various activities. Next slide, please. Yeah, next. So these are some details we can increase, how startups are increasing. Next slide. It is 360 now. This is the whole thing, how investment is increasing now, $500 billion it has crossed. Next slide. So we are cumulatively increasing our target, as I've told, from $8.4 billion to $44 billion in the next decade. Next slide. So if you see future of space tech in India, we have been given mandate that ISRO should establish own Indian space, Bharatiya Antariksh Station by 2035. They should land the man on the moon by 2040. They should develop reusable rockets. There is a plan for Venus mission. Private launches, you will see a very good frequency in this December onwards. So our target, I have told, we are $44 billion. We are working on green propulsion. You name the system, our companies are there. We are working indigenous navigation system that has proven its capability much better than existing other GNSS system because of its kind of nature. I have covered this slide. Next generation launch vehicle is being made. Gaganyaan, lunar flyby, and this is in full swing. It is going on. Chandrayaan missions are coming in future. That's all I think from me. Thank you very much. Next slide. Yeah. I am available for any question if you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Vinod, for the wonderful presentation. And I would like to hold you for a second. After the presentation, we will have a Q&A, and we would request your presence after all the presentation. Now I would like to invite
Yes,
Dr. Anil Prakash from Satellite or Space Industry Association to make the presentation.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. First of all, my greetings to Mr. Hangzhou, the Trade Commissioner and Council Commissioner for Australian Embassy in India, New Delhi, Dr. Vinod Kumar, Director Promotion in Space, Mr. Ajit Singh, for organizing this webinar. We are really happy to join this webinar and bring perspective of the Indian space industry. Dr. Vinod Kumar has covered in detail what are the space sector evolving and what are the capabilities all. I will be just touch upon some of the facts again, but I will not be detailing as Dr. Kumar has already covered in detail. So my subject will continue to be space sector growth in the country. And as you know that as we have a great legacy in the space sector, and especially in the observation, now it has come to getting into the space sector, taking further in terms of the satellite manufacturing or satellite launch. So we have carved over space in 6 space-faring leading nations worldwide. And now with the space policy, there is a transition from mission-driven to market-driven ecosystem. So we have evaluated from the reliable satellite manufacturer launch to full spectrum of space economy. The growth drivers are policy reform, as greatly covered by Dr. Vinod Kumar, and that private sector partnership, especially in deep tech entrepreneurship. A decadal vision which is set forth and explained by Dr. Kumar, that we have a very ambitious target going from 8.4 billion to 44 billion by 2033. And this cannot be achieved alone. It has got to build a room for collaboration, cooperation with the country like Austria and Europe. And of course, we've been recognized globally for cost efficient and reliable launches. That is the forte we have. And of course, Chandrayaan 3 mission has set India on a very solid ground, and the involvement of the private industry, which is further shaping our global space order. So the policy momentum and reform from mission-led to market-led set by India Space Policy 2023, and in space, very proactive way of working and helping not only promotion, authorization, but also helping in go-to-market strategy, as indicated by Dr. Vinod Kumar, a number of initiatives which the in space has taken. Of course, FDI is very liberal now. The 74% automated route, we can go up to 100%. That is also touched upon by Dr. Vinod Kumar. Of course, space activity bill, which is under offering, it will be also need of hour, and we are working with the policymaker to bring out a very conducive and comprehensive space activity bill, which further assure the growth of the space sector. Next slide, please. So my emphasis would be more on international collaboration, which is a new gravity for growth. Especially, we are approaching for co-creation, for not competition. So we are not here in the competition, and we see is a natural progression, natural requirement for collaborate with Austria and EU. There is India has got skill, launch capabilities, EU analytics, where we have that the standard EU trade, Indian EU Trade Technology Council harmonizing standard innovation framework. We are also expecting relationship, partnership with other space agencies, ESA, JAXA, NASA, Australian Space Agency. Of course, the private launch by Agnikul is going to demonstrate India readiness for global launch pad. We are going to make a very competitive launch pad in future to come. Next, please. So the India role in international engagement, of course, it is the bridge between policy, industry, academia, and global partnership. We have recently signed MOU with Government of Karnataka establishing Space Tech Center for Excellence in Bangalore. The objectives are support startups and MSME, facilitate joint R&D and co-development, enable Indo-Pacific and other countries market integration, and also collaboration opportunity for Austrian company in aerospace, sensors, optic, clean tech. We have two major events which is planned annually, the DEFCET, which is the defense space in February 2026, and India Space Congress, which is planned in June 2026 in New Delhi, which unites global agency and lead industry to showcase capability cooperation. The last India Space Congress was attended by 1,000 delegates from 36 countries. 8-country delegation were participated. And we are very keen that to receive the Austrian delegation and European delegation to come and participate in the DEFCET and as well as the India Space Congress. The key initiative by SIA-India is industry capability metrics mapping. We have 600 plus enterprises, which you can look at it and find a suitable company to work with. Our forward vision, India-Australia collaboration, Austria collaboration will be next decade for the space sustainability, AI-driven analytics, in-orbit services, joint opportunity, small satellite payload and sensors, quantum safe communications, precision manufacturing for propulsion system, space debris management, and institutional awareness. India space expansion depends on international industrial ecosystem. India scale plus Austria innovation will bring out a strong orbit for global cooperation. That is the theme of the day. Next, please. My closing remark, which go with a very positive indication that India's space journey has evolved from exploration to enterprise, from mission to market, and from capability to collaboration. As India accelerates into next growth of orbit, we invite Austria and Europe to co-create, co-develop, and co-invest in the future of space tech. Together, let's make space not just a frontier of innovation, but a bridge of shared prosperity and stability. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Anil Prakash, for the wonderful presentation and insight. I would quickly move to our next speaker, Dr. Jayakumar Venkatesan, CEO, Harpy Aerospace, to make the keynote. And also, at this point, it's my duty to remind our audience to note down your questions. At the end, we will have a dedicated Q&A session, and you can ask the question to the respective speakers. Over to you, Dr. Venkatesan.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks, Ajay, for the introduction. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues from Austria and India. I'm Jayakumar Venkatesan, founder and CEO of Harpy Aerospace. And thank you for the opportunity to share how AI-powered nanosatellites can unlock the faster and more affordable satellites that we can able to make. That's why Austria and India, the collaboration right away to get there. So next slide, please. So we are at the perfect moment. So in India, like space policies in space, Vinod Kumar clearly showcased the roadmap to how to India we can reach. And also they improved the launch access. They have created the fertile environment for the private missions actually. And technically, we can say that both our regions are surging the demand of timely insights. For example, climate resilience, security, and logistics, and the critical infrastructures. It's not more about the data, it's also right data at right time. The next slide. The problem right now we aim to solve is like legacy of the space architectures that usually they carry the two big constraints. The first will be the rigid buses. That's called the fixed and monolithic designs that can make it harder and integrate for the diverse payloads quickly. So secondly, the reliance on the raw data links, like collecting everything in orbit and shaping, and also that's like expensive stuff, something like you can often too late for the actions. So next slide. So we are understanding the problem right now. So if you wanted to agile missions, so disaster response, maritime awareness, and microgravity research, there is a break and also the bottleneck. The Harpy answers for the three pillars, like we can do the modular and also the scalable CubeSats that 1U to 27U so that payloads can swap in and out, and the mission can scale into two, the space cloud or in our orbit compute and also the stored modules. Next slide. So we are working on space cloud, and also we are working on on-orbit computing that's called Edge, and that can be run on AI in space. Number three is a payload that can be a library for the spanning for multiple sensors, and also the very sector specific missions. Next. So together we can see the expanded view of the one of the next mission that we are working with the 3U CubeSat. So this is the AI powered the edge demonstration in our mission. Next. So we are together, so we are turning into the skies. I mean, from the satellites, that is the cameras in the sky. We can do the edge computers in orbit. So shaping the rather the raw pixels, and here the external something like we have shown the configuration. And now the space cloud is bringing the data center in mindset of low Earth orbit. And most impressively, like you can do the filter and detect and compress, summarize anything that hits on the ground. And we can save the time and also the downlink the volume roughly into 5x or to 20x, that we can improving the latency so that we can keep the sensitive data of the resident. Next slide. So here it's like a AI interface, and even we do the thing. So here, why this matter for us? You know, the Austria and India, there is unlocked the 4 high impact use cases. So for example, the modular designs that can able to do on Earth observation, maritime awareness, and also GNSS. The next slide. And also we can do the jointly, we can work on the microgravity experiments. For example, GNSS reflections and also oscillations that deal the hydrology, and also we can give the atmospheric insights that can feed the weather and also the climate models. And next will be the option like for the microgravity experiments, and they throughout the timeless, so within local partners that we can keep sensitive low. So HARPy architecture is like a modular and upgradable and compressed in lead times with the edge AI. That means 3x into 10x is the downlink and faster decision. Next. We built in India that with partner the first in the mindset, and the platform is designed to plug in and regional supply chain and university labs, and also specialize in SMEs, and exactly the kind of the ecosystem Austria and India excel at. Next. On the traction, we have completely have the complete turnkey of the subsystems like OBC, and also we can do the environmental integration testing with the InSpace, and also we can have the next milestone. We are working on the rideshare mission with SSLV, and we can also join missions that we can able to work together. Next slide. Here you can say currently right now the prototypes have been completed for onboard computer and EPS and also attitude control systems, and the Edge AI is an additional essence with us right now in under testing. The integration likely be completed by the next month, so that we can able to make the flight qualification, and we plan to do the demo in first or second quarter with the SSLV mission. Next slide. So here the collaboration becomes the value, you know, both the sides. For example, joint development, co-designing of the sensors, or maybe RF chains, and also the Austrian strength in precision manufacturing and sensors can pair beautifully with the rapid integration and also the flight heritage. Educational test bed, setting up the bilateral CubeSat programs, student payloads, and shared ground station segments, so that the next generation builds, flies, and learns on the real hardware. The proof of concept missions, some of them are like hosted payloads that can be quickly TRL jumps, get into unit, into the orbit fast, and validate the performance and de-risk of the full satellite constellation. So vertical solutions that does, we can say like a data services, spin up the space as a service that offering in a maritime and energy, and also smart cities and also delivering insightful things. So we have started small and we can host the payloads, turn into the model in a space cloud, and then it will work to dedicated to 3U or 6U with our sensor shoe and architecture. Next. And the practical thing, the plot will be the one of the concrete idea is Austria and India. So the plot will be binational microgravity, UO missions, and slots for materials or pharma instruments. Along with the Earth observation payloads, we can run at AI interfaces, and we can de-risk with the two domains in science and sensing, demonstrating low latency and also the edge computing. If this is resonates, let's pick up the fast and low risk path and how we can host the payloads and also ride share with our satellites. And our next mission are the lab to LEO testbed, linking your university or your startup. And thank you. And I look forward to building Austria, India, and Space Corridor that ships insight, not just the data. And thank you very much. You can able to reach out to me here by these are my contact details. Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jayakumar Venkateshan, for your wonderful presentation. And I would quickly move to our next speaker, Mr. Ashwin Mawadi from Skyroot Aerospace, to make the presentation.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashwin. I lead business here at Skyroot Aerospace. Dr. Vinod and Anil have made my job easier because they've already took Skyroot's name a couple of times earlier in the presentation. So if we can move on to the next slide. Yeah. So I'll just, in this presentation, I'll talk about, I'll give a brief overview of Skyroot, what we do at Skyroot, where we are in our journey, what we offer, and what we have to offer to our Austrian counterpart companies as well, right? So Skyroot has been established about 7 years ago. We are one of the leading India's private space tech companies. We are about 800 people now. This slides need updation. We've raised cumulatively about $100 million in reaching this far. Next slide, please. So with respect to what we have demonstrated already technologically, we've done a suborbital flight. This was called Vikram S. We've done this in November 2022, 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago. And now we are gearing up for our first orbital launch, which is coming up in the next quarter, right? So this was what we've done to demonstrate our capabilities and all the technologies that we've developed in-house, helping us in the launch vehicle were developed in-house, right from the propulsion to avionics and everything else in between. And this was a proof of that. And post that, we had a lot of coverage, of course, both in national and international media, talking about what we are doing. We were one of the first beneficiaries of new space policies because we had started before the space policy had come into effect. But with the help of InSpace and ISRO, we've been able to accelerate our progress. Next slide, please. So these are the vehicles that we are working on. Vikram 1 is the first orbital class vehicle that we are commercializing. This is expected to be in Q1 of 26. End of December, early January is what we are actually looking at. End of December 25 or early January. This has about 350 kg payload to mid-inclination LEO. And then we have another variant of this called Vikram 1U, which has about 550 kg payload. And then we have Vikram 2 that's going to debut a year later, and that has about 1100 kg payload. So these Vikram 1 and Vikram 2 are going to be workhorses, and we are confident that these will bring down the cost of dedicated launches quite significantly in the international market, and along with SSLV and Agnikul, make a mark in the small satellite segment in the world and what India brings to the table. Next slide, please. So this is a picture of the vehicle in its separate parts. It's about 23 meters tall. Currently, we've already done individual stage testing. Now it's in the final phase of integration. Next slide. So yeah, this slide and a couple of slides following that are just a demonstration of all the key technologies that we have developed in-house. There was no transfer of technology from ISRO. It was mostly utilizing the test beds and the facilities that were already available with ISRO. So yeah, next slide, please. Afterwards. So these are some pictures from our founders, Pawan and Bharat, both ex-ISRO scientists, interacting with leadership, both at the national level and at the international level. Next slide. And for the work that we are doing, we are recognized as one of the best deep tech companies in India. And we have quite a bit of recognition in the Indian ecosystem for that. Next slide, please. And with respect to where we are in overall journey, as I said, we are a 7-year-old company. We are almost 800 people now, and we added 400 people just this last 7 months. 400 of this 800 joined in the last 6 months, and will be growing rapidly from here on as well. We operate out of Hyderabad. Currently, we only operate out of Hyderabad. We have 2 locations here. The headquarters is called MaxQ, right next to the airport. If any of you, whether it's from Austria or from India, related with space, you are in Hyderabad, do visit us. This is literally 5 minutes away from the Hyderabad airport, and a fantastic facility where you get to see where all of our rockets get manufactured as well. There's another facility 10 minutes from this. It's called Infinity. That's about 200,000 square feet of additional manufacturing capability, where we already invested in the capability to manufacture almost 12 rockets per annum, right? 1 rocket per launch per month. That's the kind of cadence that we are aiming for, and the investment has already been made. The next slide, please. So yeah, composite manufacturing is one of our core strengths, and the entire Vikram 1, Vikram series is actually made of carbon composite body, and most of the facilities are, most of the value addition actually happens in-house, and these equipments are housed in these 2 facilities. Next slide. I was just looking at how have India and Austria collaborated in the past on the launch segment. It looks like about a few years ago, Austrian universities used PSLV for launching, and to continue on that, next slide, please. We are proposing, about. So as I mentioned, we have an upcoming launch of demo launch in Q1 of 26. From there, we want to ramp up to 1 launch a month cadence as quickly as possible. So in that interim, we'll be having multiple rideshare missions, the 2nd mission, 3rd and 4th mission. And we are offering a special deal of $7,000 per kg rideshare on these missions coming up to 2027. So yeah, just as how Skyroot is leading on the launch segment, we have other companies from Indian ecosystem, from the new space, working on satellites, satellite subsystems, and AI inference, everything on the left side. And then we've identified Austrian companies that can have collaboration opportunities with us. So happy to stay on longer and connect. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwin, for the wonderful presentation and deep insights. And of course, Skyroot was mentioned, and it has to be mentioned many times. And now it's time for all the experts to please join for Q&A. We have a couple of questions and answers. May I invite all the speakers to please turn on your camera and microphone to join for this session? Okay. We have question from Anton Fellinger regarding the discussion on the plan of using liquid hydrogen fuel for rockets, and why, what is the plan for using liquid hydrogen, and also the follow-up comment, this can pave the way to pioneer broad use for liquid hydrogen for flight, long-haul trucks, semiconductor, making them more. What are your views? Maybe we start with Dr. Vinod Kumar.
Yeah, this is better. This is answered by launch vehicle people. Ashwin, I'll transfer it to Ashwin.
Sure, sir. So what I did not show on our vehicle roadmap is a fully reusable vehicle that we've been working on, and I can say at this point that we'll be using liquid hydrogen as one of the possibly as one of the fuels for that. So we are considering that, and other than that, I'm sure other launch vehicle companies that are building reusable vehicles would also be considering that. So definitely, I think the private launch vehicle companies are looking at liquid hydrogen as fuel.
Perfect. Any other speaker would like to add any comment on the same question? If not, then we have another follow-up question, and it is regarding the IP. So how is the newly co-developed IP handled between the Indian researcher institutes and the Austrian startups? Are there general guidelines from Indian policy bodies like the TTC, InSpace, and the Space Activities Will? So maybe Dr. Kumar, for you.
Yeah, see, basically, generally, IP is a very sensitive matter. What we do in space, wherever granting aid, even we are giving, we don't ask for IP. It is generally left to the developer. So wherever two entities are there, international entities, they are into this work, who is the developer should get the IP. That is our general view, and we are following it that in letter and spirit. Probably companies can discuss how they are doing, but yes, the IP should go to the developer. That is our general understanding. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And one other question for all the speakers, and this would be the broader topic. What is the future of space tech in India looks like in your perspective, and why it's the most important and most discussed topic in the country as of now? Maybe we start with Dr. Kumar again.
Yeah. Thank you. This is a very interesting topic. You see that space sector is developed well in India. We have the application developed, in-house developed. Like we have a Map My India is a Maple app, indigenous. We have our navigation system. We use ATM, or that is also used, space tech is used behind navigation, communication. We have our own navigation system. So overall, if you see that each person's life is affected in some way or other with the space sector. I will tell you, we are working with all the state governments, all the central ministries to demand generation. We have seen the enthusiasm from the central government agencies, those who have asked us to do the proof of concept. We have already announced use case. We are collecting the use case. What you want to do using space technology, we are demonstrating this. Space tech is being used for precision agriculture. I did not say further on this, how much scope is there. We are into the disaster management. We are providing the accurate prediction for the cyclone, typhoon, and saving millions of lives. Not only this, in day-to-day life also, Prime Minister Gati Shakti model you see. Today, India is designing the project, 1,000-kilometer project they are designing by sitting at their house, in office, within weeks or 2 weeks, where they know how many pulls they have to, bridges they have to make, what kind of litigation you can expect, which is the optimum path, how many transmission line you have to disturb. 27 layers they have already integrated in this, and it has benefited not only in design time, but during the implementation, when it's being executed, they are monitoring from their office. So seeing the advancement in this sector and the applicability and receiving the lakhs or millions of rupees or crores, I will say, in Indian rupees, in the cost and development time. Space is the next frontier where people have realized that, yes, we should be in space. That's why we are saying there are 370 plus startups already registered in the last 3-4 years, if you see. Exponential growth, but they are not just a startup, they are in each sphere. One of my slide, you must have seen that in each, be it launch vehicle, ground segment, satellite making, in each sphere they are working. So considering the application utility plus the thrust from in space for demand generation and the policies which we have brought out, be it the capacity building, be it the next generation preparation to take the space tech courses, and all these things are added to the advantage, and we are sure to achieve $44 billion target plus by 2032. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. And you will be very happy to know that Dijantra, which you mentioned, is already supported by Austria by a global incubator network, and they were on an exposure visit to Austria recently in Vienna 25 delegation. And this also a motivation for other startups especially in space sectors to join us. And maybe we move to Mr. Prakash for your comments.
I think the timing is very, very right and conducive in terms of the number of schemes and funding options being rolled out by the government and various, and of course, technology adoption fund by space, which is not only open for India, it is only open for other countries, especially Austrian can take advantage. They have to be 3RL 3 plus. In that case, they can come and they can join hands with it and they can take advantage of. I think this number of schemes are available here, and which can be. I think this is the golden period for deep tech development in India. So I think the cross-border collaboration is a need of hour, and I think innovation can happen anywhere. I think Australia is also known for innovation, and India. With India, I think we can build a new space economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash. And for Ashwin and Dr. Jayakumar, I would float a different question. And there is a question from Igor. We have seen a lot about space flight and launches. And could you please compare the ventures and activities in India, the US and China that are not focused on propulsion and leaving Earth orbit, but on infrastructure for Moon and Mars basis? So what are your thought on that?
Okay, I'll try to answer that. So I think the first portion is, are we doing anything extraplanetary? And other is also about in situ resource utilization. In the private sector in India, I don't think we are. There may be a few startups in the early stages, but currently the ones that are that have gained a lot of momentum are the ones that are primarily working on the launch and on the satellite part, because this is where we already the existing heritage that we have in the country in the government space is essentially being utilized, and then we are really commercializing that ability in the private space. So that is where we are in the most funded private startups in India. But certainly there are a lot of second generation startups, so to speak. So the kind of companies that are started by founders who have worked at this first generation startups, and they are certainly looking at much bigger problems and much further problems, so to say, and they are concentrating on these activities.
Thank you, Mr. Ashwin. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Jayakumar, on the space flight and launches, and maybe compare the US and China that are focused on propulsion and leaving Earth orbit, but on infrastructure, Moon and Mars basis?
It's a very interesting question, actually. It's one thing is, like, I can say mineral exploration and also the energy. These two are the biggest attraction that you can mostly, you can look into that Artemis program, and also the Japanese also, they are also trying with ISRO with the Chandrayaan missions in upcoming. So that will be like exploration of energy and mineral resources and habitat, like for example, future settlements, interplanetary missions, something like that. So propulsion technologies are more or less, like it's well proven and tested in many cases because we have.
For the LAT Connect meeting.
Okay.
Please continue.
Yeah, I'm done, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last question, and what are the funding options available for market entry and validation for space data application towards other verticals such as insurance or energy? I think it's related. Maybe any speaker can take this question, please.
So basically, I'll come in just slightly. Some of the use cases from the department we are announcing, I think 4 or 5 we have already announced. And 5 vertical dedicated scheme we have announced. Technology Adoption Fund is also available for use, but it has to be with the Indian non-government entity. For those rules, you have to read at our website or scheme specific what are the rules. Under the rules, it is permitted for collaboration as well. Some cases, Indian company, you can certainly collaborate. Like FDI rules, I have already told. So they are also very easy. Some of the schemes are for any company registered in India, whatever percentage is there. Certain schemes are only for Indian controlled, owned and management companies. So there are the different baskets in which you fit, you have to see. But yes, certainly space is for all. We have opened up on a space sector and we warmly welcome you with various facilities and collaboration opportunities. I have to leave, sorry, 4 o'clock. I will leave here with thanking you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vinod Kumar and all the speakers. And it's our pleasure to have you on board. And now I hand over the webinar to Austrian Trade Commissioner, Mr. Hansjörg Nagel, to conclude the webinar.
Yes, thank you much. So first of all, I would like to thank our speakers for the excellent presentations, also for sharing the deep knowledge. Of course, thank you also for your offer to cooperation, to showing up the potential for the Austrian industry, the Austrian companies in the space tech sector. Very interesting. Thank you also for invitation to visiting you. I think there's a lot of opportunities in the sector. Also for the Austrian companies, if you are interested to participate in the exhibitions or symposium, which has been mentioned, please let us know. We can anytime organize an Austrian pavilion, Austrian group exhibition. A minimum, we always need 5 Austrian companies. So with that, we come to the end of this webinar. Let me just present to the next upcoming events. So the next webinar will be on 29th of January for the coming year with the title, The Future of Automotive in India. The reason is we organized a trade delegation in the automotive sector from 9th to 13th March of the coming year. We have sent already the invitations to Austrian companies. And the next webinar will be the Future of Trends. We will organize a Zukunftsreise, so a fact-finding mission for the India Soft 26, which is from 20th to 26th of March. With this, I will end, and I hope you had all an interesting webinar. Please don't hesitate. Any questions you have, please get in touch with us. Any contacts you need, any market entries you're looking, we have a market entry program. So please let us know when you're interested to get in touch and participate in different events. Thank you much.